Let's talk now about lawmaker reactions to President Trump's arraignment. Here's the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, the House Democratic Chair Pete Aguilar.
This is a very dark day in America. When you think about what they're trying to indict President Trump on, you've got a sitting president right now in the exact same situation.
The allegations are incredibly troubling, and the fact that House Republicans continue to try to come to his rescue just blows our mind, quite honestly.
Senate Republicans staying quiet on the matter, breaking from their House colleagues. Lauren, we heard Mitch McConnell basically say today, I ain't talking about this. There's clearly two different things going on with Republicans in the House being comfortable to talk about this, and then Senate leadership saying nope.
I do not understand the party line. I said the thing earlier about McCarthy saying bathrooms are more secure than garages. I don't think that's where the GOP should be as a party. Business Insider had to put out this whole report about how bathrooms lock from the inside. And so that makes it different than a garage. I mean, seriously, there are substantive issues at play here. He just had a huge success negotiating this debt deal in a minority position. This does not have to be the news and the party line of Republicans.
We've had other Republicans sit on this that say, I'd rather talk about inflation.
Yeah.
I'd rather
but
talk,
they're not.
you know, but it could talk about this instead.
Can I just say this, though? All that being said,
sure,
okay,
go.
All of this being said, it's not just Donald Trump leading the Republican field. He's beating Joe Biden in a lot of national polls. All right, and I mean, you can argue, like, just as a reminder, I'm not a huge fan of national polls. You win electorally. But the bottom line is, public perception-wise, Donald Trump, despite all of this, his second indictment, one in New York and now one here federally, is still beating Joe Biden.
But is it because of the issues, right? Like, at the end of the day, people check their pocketbooks and their bank accounts and see where things are.
But the point is, if you are Joe Biden, how do you turn around and say to your donors and your leading folks in the party and say, I'm still losing to this guy?
Well, but here's the truth.
If it wasn't Trump, think about
people have underestimated Joe Biden politically over and over, and I was among them. You know, he came on the ticket when I worked for President Obama from the beginning against him. But I will say that Joe Biden was underestimated this midterm election, and we did not lose as bad as we want, as the Republicans wanted us to. And on inflation, the White House actually had really good news on inflation today. There are jobs, and you saw DeSantis, you know, is kind of straying away from this fight that Newsom wants to pick with him, but Governor Newsom is singing those talking points for Joe Biden out on the trail.
He has to.
Well,
he can't do it himself.
Right. I mean, he's doing it.
Oh, he's dying.
He's doing it.
He's dying.
I was just waiting until you were going to bring up Newsom. Sorry, go on.
The midterm success was a lot because of Trump. Democrats did phenomenally well. They gained 4 governorships for the first time in 100 years, and a lot of that is because people are turned off by Donald Trump.
I was just going to say, I was waiting for you to mention Gavin Newsom.
Newsom and DeSantis debate.
Oh, yeah, he's
NewsNation will have...
during COVID. He's a wonderful guy.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.